Alright gamers, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Now here we go, man, here we go. I go back to when I did the 55% video for this LR, and I promise I'm saying, well, yeah, they could be good, but when we rainbow them in 7 years and there's bosses way stronger, they're not going to be so good. And we've reached that time. So, finally, we are able to rainbow LR, GT, Cell, and Frieza. Now, let's just quickly, I want to flash up on screen the release date for both Global and JP of this GT, Cell, and Frieza character here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and rainbow them. I mean, it's definitely nice. You know, we got a new LR rainbowed. I do like GT, Cell, and Frieza getting, like, a card like this. I mean, I think I would have preferred probably that they were a Dokkan Fest. I mean, they probably would have been better. We could have rainbowed them right away. Do I think GT bosses will ever be a good category? No. I do think Dokkan could release a GT category, though, easily. Because they could release GT, and then, like, GT heroes or GT bosses could be, like, the extra one for the 200%, right? That's another, you know, kind of, like, low-key, huge thing that 200% leader skills added to the game, is it gives them an excuse to do something like add, like, a GT category. A GT category could be good, right? And, you know, they could just make like a new Omega or something like that built around the GT category, right? Not exactly just GT bosses. So, in terms of the build here, okay, if you guys go back, I mean, dude, this was like 7 months ago at this point now, somehow. Remember, I was doing GT bosses versus Red Zone Kid Buu. That was for real like 7 months ago? What? But yeah, but I was doing GT bosses against Red Zone Kid Buu. I did give them a dupe. I gave them a couple of equips. And I just kind of, like, you know, finished it up. Just a little bit of additional, little bit of dodge on them. I'm not, like, I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Are people going to be mad about this one? Probably not. I don't know. I don't know. The French are always mad. Oh my god, touch me. Is what they do. But anyway. So this character came out May 1st for Global. And they came out December 28th for JP. So this is, yeah, in JP, this is a freaking... It's a 2023 character. Oh, how good. It's almost 2025, man. I love not being able to rainbow a character built for 3 metas ago for a while. Anyway, all right. Here's our 200% leaders. Now, I don't need to tell you guys that we're not going to find Omega out there. It's not going to happen. But Int Broly, obviously, is good. Now, this character does not work well with Int Broly. I don't like using Int Broly unless we could have full uncontrollable power. But, I mean, that does extend to the toughest fights. I mean, we could go to a Dokkan event and we're not going to have difficulties. I mean, I'm joking. We you know, the first Supreme Battle Spectacle, the Dragon Ball Super one, like, you know, we'll do fine in and stuff like that. But if we take a look at their kit, thankfully, they're not built around just GT bosses, right? We can rock with Revenge. And, you know, Int Broly is on Revenge and stuff like that. So I guess that's what we're going to do. Let's jump in. Let's see what they're going to look like. I mean, I think that this character is mostly going to suck at this point. I mean, they could probably be good in, like, Battlefield or something like that. But, I mean, that's pretty much it, I think. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, they have an OST? Did they always have an OST? Or... Huh, okay. Yeah, their intro looks really good, but goddamn is it annoying. I mean, at least to me, that they don't have voices there. I think GT, Cell, and Frieza, their animations look so good. Alright, so, if you guys notice, we have Int Broly's domain up. Now, remember, Int Broly's domain, this is not actually buffing GT, Cell, and Frieza, though. Because GT, Cell, and Frieza, they are not on uncontrollable power. While I'm talking about it, let's just take a look at what categories these boys have. So they have Sworn Enemy, was that Transformation Boost, Join Forces, Target Goku, Otherworld Warrior, Revenge, and GT Bosses. This is the type of character I would love to be like a Carnival LR. Because could you imagine having Carnival LR strength added to Otherworld Warrior, Revenge, Target Goku? Like, these types of teams, GT bosses, really could use it. Okay. So sure. There's the category teams that they're on. So Int Broly's domain is up because we got a good opening rotation. It was Int Broly, Buhan, and Kid Buu. Funny enough, what I kind of wanted to do was to get GT Cell and Frieza paired up with LR Janemba. LR Janemba is actually one of their best linking partners. Their direct best linking partner is actually 17 and 17, though. So this is a good rotation. Yeah, we have basically... This is as good as it's going to get for them. Their link set here: Brutal Beatdown, Shocking Speed, GT, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Otherworld Warriors, which we're not going to have up, and then Legendary Power. So this is about as good as we could get. Let's go ahead and see here. So Otherworld Warriors, this is not a link we're going to expect to have activated, as you guys could see. Decent stats, so 20% attack, 10% defense, pretty good. Alright, so let's see here. We have a good rotation. Now, the thing that's nice about GT Cell and Frieza, again, is that they didn't just go, GT bosses, have fun. They made it Sworn Enemy Revenge or GT bosses, which does help quite a bit. So let's just go ahead and do this, and we'll see how this is going to go. Now, one extra thing, they do get a high chance to crit if we're fighting Goku, by the way. Currently, in this kind of like meta of difficult fights, that's pretty common, a Goku. And it's not just a Goku enemy, but an enemy whose name includes Goku. So there's many fights where we could actually utilize that, which is good. That's good. That's good. Alright, so let's see. So this is GT Cell and Frieza with no support. 8 million. So, I mean, we could think about the Goku and Frieza fight. The threshold is 15 million with a crit. We did crit right there. Alright, we dodged. So, like, oh, good. 100k, huh? Nice, yeah. From this very weak boss. That's great. Jeez. To be fair, though, against Goku and Frieza, they would have a high chance to crit, but they're nowhere near the threshold to do damage, right? So, I mean, they have a 30%... Damn, yeah, dude, their dodge is only for 6 turns. This is a unit that hits like a feather, and their dodge is only for the first 6 turns. That's so rough. Like, we mostly have to be using this character only against, like, bosses that could be debuffed. So much of their kit is around bosses that could be debuffed, right? I really would not mind finishing off Goku right here. Let's hope that we can. And then we'll go right into the Tech UI. Tech UI is just going to foderize this character. Yeah, damn, they took so much damage. I mean, I get that we're super class, like, you know, class disadvantage, type disadvantage and shit like that, but, I mean, damn, dude. So their dodge chance is just 30%. And then they get another 20% chance to dodge if the enemy is stunned or sealed. Like, wait. Yeah, 20% chance to dodge if the enemy is stunned. Does that not seem idiotic to you? What? They get dodge if the enemy is unable to super. What? So stupid. Terrible designed character, man. Like, this is, like, they just cooked up some bullshit, man, with this character. I don't, like... It's so funny. If they could have been rainbowed back in December, maybe, right? Because, you know, remember, like, the blue Gogeta Supreme Magnificent Battle fight, I mean, debuffs were a real factor in that fight, right? You know, some of those other fights, I mean, there were some fights where we could take advantage of that. But, I mean, not now. I mean, I guess Bulma we could, but, I mean, Bulma is, you know, a mess for many reasons, right? I don't think I want to run GT Cell and Frieza in there. Although... we can take a look at their... Let's look at their super attack effects. We're fighting a Goku family enemy, so we're able to use Broly's domain. All right, so super attack effects for GT Cell and Frieza. 18 key, we get 50% attack and defense for 1 turn, and colossal damage to the enemy. And then extreme class allies, 30% attack for 2 turns. So, I mean, they are giving a bit of support for 2 turns. Those attack buffs... from super attack effect, though, it's not a really big, like, buff that we're given, though. It is not that big of a like, buff. If it's defense, it could be pretty meaningful from super attack effect like support, but and then their 12 key, they get a high chance to stun. So we could use the active here too. This is the Hell's Buster. We could do this if there is a Goku from the 4th turn or 6th turn from the start of battle. Greatly raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage, and seals the enemy super for 1 turn. I just, like, when they build these characters that's just all about debuffing, there's just so few places to use them. It's just not, right? Like, even the legendary FRIEZA event, like, we're not able to seal FRIEZA towards the end. So I never really, like this is where characters designed like this always end up being shit. Like LR Omega Shenron, the Dokkan Fest EGL Trunks' Super Saiyan transformation, right? Like, it's like, you know, all these debuffs, it's like, it's all well and good, except for the bosses are just typically immune to all this shit, right? Sometimes, you know, that's why, like, if it's early on, at least, you know, we could definitely use it for Battlefield or Super Battle Road or something like that, but... Alrighty. I guess we'll just use the Hell's Buster, right? Let's just toss it out. We'll turn the audio up, I guess, sure. Well, I mean, the animations are incredible. There's no doubt about that. What are we gonna do here? We'll just do this. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, we can do this. All right, let's see. Well, actually, are we gonna die? Let me toss out Broly's domain, just to make sure we get Goku a little bit lower. Damn, even putting GT Cell and Frieza in front of these hits, I mean, I'm a little I'm nervous about UI Goku's normals, man. Right? Like, it's not... I'm not worried about his super. I'm worried that the normals are going to kill us. Holy shit. Yeah, this character's they're really bad. They're horrible. Horrible. I'm not surprising. I mean, they're a 2023 character, but goddamn, dude. Alright, Kid Buu. Okay. Kid Buu kind of hanging in there. That's good. Maybe GT Cell and Frieza can finish off. No crit right there. 8.6. Huge support from Kid Buu. Okay, no crit. We get the additional. Hidden potential system additional, normal, good. 200k per normal, that's not good. Uh-oh. That's alright, we're dodging. Yep. Build your characters correctly, guys. Don't worry. All you gotta do is just, you know, don't listen to the outside nonsense and make sure you build your characters correctly. Make sure you build them correctly. Again, I was accused by the French of farming for engagement. I always feel, just a quick aside, I do feel like a lot of times people kind of tell on themselves. Wait, can we get Super 17? No, we're about, no. I do feel like people always tell on themselves with that. Like, a lot of times you'll see people say shit like that, and I feel like it's just a mirror into that person's soul that you actually would do that. No, Dodge is that good. Okay, we'll do this right here. Let's transform into Buhan. We'll leave Broly in the second slot right there. All right, so we're gonna be pretty comfortable in this turn. That's fine right there, and this is fine. Okay, so in terms of this showcase, I mean, we've already established that they are absolute fodder, right? If you're taking 200k normals from a very mediocre boss, this tech UI is kind of, like, he's legit. But, I mean, that STR UI Goku against a true good character should not be a threat. That STR UI Goku, basically at any time. If you're, like, a really, really impactful character, that Goku is not going to be a threat. So, okay. But, okay, GT Cell and Frieza. A lot of what they're doing is built around their, like, debuffs and shit like that. So, we're gonna need to go into... I guess I might go into, like, the Super Saiyan 3 Broly Dokkan event. We have to go into an immortal boss, like, because a Dokkan event where the boss is not immune to shit, and then we could take advantage of all their debuffs and stuff like that, and then we could get, like, their extra abilities, right? Their extra dodge chance when the enemy's stunned or sealed, the extra dodge chance when the enemy's in attack down or defensive down. But, again, in so many of the real tough fights nowadays, like, bosses are just immune to that shit. So, we'll put GT Cell and Frieza in front of Tech UI Goku Super. I mean, we do still have dodge, so. Alright, there's 17 and 17 doing their thing, I guess. They'll do a lot of supers, but damn, 2023 characters just look so they're so sad now. Look at these 5 million attack stats. Alright. This is a character, I pray that they get a strong Easy A. They deserve it. These boys right here, they need a good Easy A, man. Alright, so we have Janemba next to Cell and Frieza. That's good. Janemba's one of their better linking partners. Janemba and the 17 and 17 both are. I could use Janemba's Rage mode here to lock UI Goku down, but not good for the showcase. Alright, so no GT, couple of good links up right there. Alright, let's see. Thank God for Janemba, man. LR Janemba. Freaking second best villain character in the game. And Janemba is just outright the best Big Bad Bosses character in the game right now. Alright, GT, Cell, and Frieza. We're pretty sure we're going to die right here. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, let's go. I mean, we can just dodge the super. Now, remember, Tech UI Goku can only super attack in slot 2. Slot 2 is the only spot where he could super attack Tech UI. So, like, yes, I understand I'm putting them in front of that, but, like, that's, you know, that's what a showcase is. We're not just gonna, all right, let's go hide in the corner. Like, nah, bruh. You're out there. All right, we're dodging. Yup. Easy. Oh, God. Okay, well, the second one immediately back to back. Maybe not so good. All right, bye, guys. See ya. It's gonna do a little bit of damage. All right, let's go to a Dokkan event where this character is actually good. All right, guys. I guess we'll just go ahead and get the intro in. We'll play it. Oh, I guess whatever. Yeah, I mean, we really just need to have voices. Bruh. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Alright. Let's just kind of, like, see what they do right here. So, we're going to be able to start debuffing the enemies in here. So, we could see a lot of, you know, like, GT Cell and Frieza. A lot of the other things that they can do. We're going to be able to see this, right? We already saw them with their high chance to crit against Goku. Again, I do like to show a lot of the abilities a character can have. So, we're going to get the super effective insult types, extra dodge, all the extra dodge and the additional supers and stuff like that, with the enemies being debuffed. But it's just, they completely created a character who is worthless against really tough bosses. I mean, maybe you could say, oh, well, they're free to play, but I don't know. It just leaves a real sour taste in my mouth because it's like, all right, here's this. By the way, let's attack in Broly. So we'll be able to, like, stun in Broly. Hopefully we could lower his defense. So best case scenario, in Broly, we'll stun the enemy Broly we're attacking. And then at that point, GT Cell and Frieza will get a 20% chance to dodge and super effective against all types. And then also, Janemba will lower that Broly's defense. And then we get another 20% chance to dodge and then a guaranteed additional super since Broly's attack and defensive down are lowered. You know what I think would have been better designed for this character, by the way? So, they get 20% dodge if the enemy is attack down, defensive down, or sealed or stunned. Here's what would be better. If they would lose 20% dodge when those bosses have those debuffs up. That would just be better design. Now, of course, I'm saying that, you know, as part of their intro, where they get 5 key, 40% attack and defense, 30% chance to dodge for 6 turns. If there's a sworn enemy, revenge, or GT boss ally in the team, bump that up to 70% dodge. And then you could lower some of their dodge when the enemy is debuffed inside. Because it's like, it just feels very pointless to me. Why are they getting dodge when the enemy is going to be weak as shit? It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Okay, so We'll leave it like this, and then hopefully Broly will stun Broly next turn. All right, let's see how we're going to do. We're going to be able to get an additional super, so we'll be able to see their 12-key super attack animation here. All right, let's go. See how we do on this turn. Again, hopefully the Int Broly in the next turn can go ahead and hit the stun on the enemy Broly. I mean, he does have a 70% chance to stun, so... Alright, so here's GT Cell and Frieza. So remember, we have an extra 20% chance to dodge, and we are going to get a guaranteed additional super right here, since Broly is in defensive down. So here's their 12-key animation, which again looks really good, man. Damn, that should have been an LR or a Dokkan Fest, dude. Oh, and a hidden potential system additional super, too. Cool. Okay. Now, they have a 50% chance to stun. There it is right there. Yeah. And I guess remember, their 18-key super does give allies, extreme class allies, 30% attack for 2 turns. So, I mean, there is a little bit of extra damage they're giving to the team. You know, just important to keep these things in mind, I suppose. Alright, and Broly. We need a stun, Daddy-O. That's what we need right here. Because this stun is obviously going to wear out for next turn. I mean, it's not going to do too much. Because, again, we get an extra 20% chance to dodge. Oh, who cares? But they do become super effective against all types. If the enemy's stunned or sealed. Give me the stun, come on. Okay. And then, dude, at both turns, he's failed the 70% stun, and then failed the 50-50 coin flip for the hidden potential system additional super, too. Bastard. Alright, guys, we'll get another turn. I definitely want to make sure, though, that next turn we can get, hopefully, the stun on Broly. And then after that, we'll be able to see all of the abilities that they're going to have again. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about GT Cell and Frieza, but... Battlefield LRs and World Tournament LRs are cursed to just barely be good, or whatever it is that we want to say. It's just always going to be a significant issue that they're going to be designed in a certain fashion. You know, they're like free-to-play characters are, you know, intended to be rainbowed, obviously, in fights because they're free. But like Dokkan, you know, with Battlefield LRs and World Tournament LRs, they don't give us the ability to actually rainbow these characters for like a year, typically, or almost a year. And then it's like, by that time, it's Jover, man. It is. It's truly Jover. All right, and Broly, please give us a stun this time, man. All right, I do want an 18-key super, though, with both of them, preferably. Beautiful, okay. Alright, so hopefully we get the stun on this Broly, and then we'll be able to see the last ability that GT Cell and Frieza have, which is basically they're super effective against all types when the enemy is stunned. Come on, Broly. There you go. Alright, cool. Alright, we'll come back next turn. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and... Oh, sure, we'll throw out the Hellbuster as well. No reason not to, right? So, yeah, there we go. There was GT Cell and Frieza... I don't really think that they're too good. I mean, I don't, like, how bad is their restrictions, right? Like, all this Sworn Enemy Revenge and GT Bosses stuff. There's their seal, by the way, from their active. I don't know. Like, could you use them to good effect in, like, Battlefield against, like, Battlefield Metal Cooler? I guess. I mean, I don't... Yeah, but... It's like they stun on their 12-key. So it's like you'd want Metal Cooler to be attacked on a defensive down first to be able to get the guaranteed additional super to do it. Like, I don't know. They're just not super good, unfortunately. They kind of like suck balls. Like, yeah, like they're just not very good. I don't know. Not a fan of these characters that rely so much on debuffs, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too harsh, but I mean, I can't exactly realistically compare them to Grandpa Gohan, can I? I mean, he just came out. There's a huge difference between coming out in December of 2023 and, you know, October of 2024. All right, so here's our guaranteed additional super. Remember, we are super effective against all types now. because of the fact that, oh, okay, another hidden potential system, additional super, cool. Okay, nice, yeah, great. We are super effective against all types since Broly is stunned. Yeah, there you go. There's GT Cell and Frieza. I'll give them like a 3 out of 10 or something like that. I don't know. Alright, guys, so there was GT Cell and Frieza. I mean, one thing we can say is they do have fantastic animations. Although I would prefer, I wish they were a Assemble unit. I think this would have been a fun, like, Dokkan Fest or something like that instead. So this is Grudge that sweeps through hell. Cell, Perfect Form GT, Frieza, Final Form GT. Leader skill, Sworn Enemy category key 3, 130% to stats. Passive skill, Power acquired in hell. So they activate their intro and get 5 key, 40% attack and defense, and a 30% chance to dodge for 6 turns. If there's another Sworn Enemy, Revenge, or GT Boss's ally on the team. We did see, by the way, on that final turn, their intro was no longer up, so we saw their slightly less stats on that turn. Then they get 3 key and 140% attack and defense at the start of turn. They get 70% attack and defense when attacking. They give Sworn Enemy, Revenge, and GT Boss category allies 2 key, 30% defense. I'll take it. I mean, I really like characters just having like a little bit of support like that. I do wish that they maybe also gave a bit of attack too, but support is good. I like support quite a bit. I mean, I guess you could say they've got the attack on their 18 key, but it's not as meaningful as if it was just in the passive. It's not going to be as much of a buff. Then they get a high chance to crit if there is an enemy whose name includes Goku. Pretty common right now, to be fair. Then they get a 20% chance to dodge, and they become super effective against all types if the enemy is stunned or sealed. That is stupid. Terrible ability. Whatever, man. And then they get a 20% chance to dodge and a guaranteed additional super if the enemy's in attack down or defensive down. That's a little bit more common. I mean, of all these, like, guaranteed additional supers, being here instead of here is definitely good. But, yeah. I mean, a little bit of a issue there. They have their active skill, Hell's Buster. You do that if there is an enemy whose name includes Goku, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, or starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle. No start of turn nonsense is good. And then they greatly raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage the enemy, and then seal enemy super with the active. I mean, it certainly could be good against, like, Battlefield Metal Cooler, right? For sure. I think bosses can't dodge active skill attacks, right? Like, I think they could nullify them if they have, like, a Ki Blast nullification or something like that. But bosses, I don't think, can dodge active attacks, I believe. So, like, Battlefield Metal Cooler is a huge pain in the dick because, he could dodge. And, I mean, when I fight him, he dodges like crazy. Always. The only problem is it's gonna be turn 6. Like, that's. But like, this would be good. Like, one of the strongest things you could do against Battlefield Metal Cooler is being able to debuff him before the turn starts, right? Which like STR Fodder Jiren can do because he's got the 30% chance to stun, immediately as soon as the turn starts. So like this would be good, but it's just, I don't know. All these debuffs aren't really too great right now. The 12 key super attack is Hell's Surprise. 30% attack and defense, colossal damage, and then a high chance to stun. It's a 50% chance. And then the 18 key super is Hell's Combo. 50% attack and defense for 1 turn. Mega colossal damage to the enemy. And then extreme class allies get 30% attack for 2 turns. Okay. Links are Brutal Beatdown, Shocking Speed, GT, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Otherworld Warriors, and Legendary Power. 12 key multiplier, 150%, 12 key, 200%, 24 key. Sure. Okay. And then 200% leaders. This is pretty handy that Int Broly just dropped as a leader for them. Thank goodness. Because, like, Int Broly at least has, like, a very good team. Finding Omega friends on the list, probably not even going to happen. And then here's their best linking partners. We do have Janemba, really good. Obviously, they're like most of these other characters, just not very good. But LR Janemba right now is, top 5 best unit in the game. So that's very helpful. So there we go. There is the GT Cell and Frieza. we'll go ahead and just finish off by taking a look at the categories that they have. So they, of course, are on the Sworn Enemy category. This has never been a super elite category at any given time. I feel like eventually it's got to become one, right? I mean, a lot of the, I guess, technically, Golden Week full Boo team was really good, and that would have counted. Then they're also on the Transformation Boost category team. So, maybe if we wanted to run them on AJL Broly's team, we could, I guess. Guess we could do that. They're also on the Join Forces team right here. So, another option for Join Forces. Join Forces is quite a team at this point, right? They're also on the Target Goku category team, which has had, some of the Brolys and stuff like that added to it. Very, very powerful. Then we also have the Otherworld Warrior category. To be fair, this team is so weak that, this character will definitely help. I remember, a lot of players were frustrated. I think frustration is a good term to use about the Otherworld Warrior mission for the legendary FRIEZA event. So, this unit is definitely better than a lot of the older characters on the category if we would get, like, another Otherworld Warrior mission or something. Then they're also on the Revenge category team. This is the team we're basically showing them off on today, which, is good because Revenge, obviously, is part of their intro, too. And then finally, yeah, GT Boss. They're the last GT Bosses character GT Bosses. Can GT Bosses be a good team? Yes, it can. But they would actually have to put in effort and make the characters good. So, let me know what you guys think of GT Cell and Frieza. Thanks, guys, for watching. I love you guys. Mwah! I'll catch y'all next time.